I'd like to start this meeting off not on a sad note, but a happy note that the sun is shining. It is a time that the truth must be told. I will try to bring to you a history of how we began. I bring to you greetings from Harvey, Illinois, a diverse community that celebrates our common humanities and looks forward to hope, to the endless possibilities of a greater future. This may sound philosophical, but that's all we have. The ideals and the words that our forefathers have set forth in the United States. I am Joseph Whittington, Jr., the president of American Justice Center. American Justice is an organization established to secure justice for the victims of mass violence and genocide, especially in the case where the predator are deemed too powerful to hold accountable. Our vision as a humanitarian program, we believe that our families are in the eyes of God. God doesn't distinguish between anyone in this room. My heart can be transferred into your heart. My blood can be transferred into your blood. My legs can be transferred into your legs, and we can live as human beings. We must learn to be tolerant of each other. As an alderman, I have a constituents that I've grown fond of. As a Christian and as an African man, I have learned to love the American dream. As a democracy, and as India is a democracy, we must learn to be tolerant of each other. I stand before you today to announce that the American Justice Center has filed a case action for visiting Prime Minister Modi, brought by 3 survivors of the Johar massacre of 2002 under the Alien Torture Claims Act. Our decision to hold Mr. Modi personally accountable is consistent with the findings of the Human Rights Organization and the Independent Citizens Tribunal of India. There is evidence that Mr. Modi responded to the horrific violence of 2002, including his public statement attributing to the systematic massacre of over 2,000 innocent people in Johar and displaced over 100,000 people, mostly from the minority community. Our action is also consistent with the position of the United States Department, denied Mr. Modi entrance to the United States since 2005. Under the International Religious Freedom Act, for his egregious violations of religious freedom, Mr. Modi is now in America, able to travel under the protection of his immunity as Prime Minister, the head of state. But the victims who've lost their loved ones are asking us to speak for them. This opportunity today was to address that. Opportunity, the fate that we have to address it today. That's why I opened my statement to say the sun is shining. This is a happy day for the victims who cannot speak, who are fearful for their loved ones in their native country. As the president of American Justice Center and an African American, I can identify with civil rights. But America has a Constitution that protects us. And I'm sure that India has a Constitution that protects the people. I'm not only empathetic with the situation of minorities in India, but also urge the international community to take note of the situation with respect to the human rights and religious freedom of India. Gujarat massacre was a monumental tragedy. It claimed the lives of innocent people running for safety, not knowing where to go, expecting the government to safeguard their lives and their property. If Mahatma Gandhi, who fought for freedom from Britain, fought for freedom, was here today, he would jump aboard for this challenge, the moral issue. The victims need answers. My friends who ask me to speak cannot, for fear. Martin Luther King once said, "Our lives begin and end the day we become silent about things that matter." I say to you, and I believe Martin Luther King agreed if he was here alive. Gujarat massacre matters. Justice for innocent people killed matters. Justice for the hundreds of women raped matters. More importantly, doing something to secure justice matters. It doesn't make a difference what my faith is or what my purpose is. I'm just a voice of what my Constitution and what my country offers. Being here in New York gave me the opportunity to see diversity. That's what we must have throughout the world if we as a human race are going to get to the future. Civil rights is an issue. It matters. Answers matter. There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe nor popular. There comes a time when one must stand up and be counted. We, the American Justice Center, applaud the citizens who speak up in silence. To stand up for justice, for the right way. I applaud you for your courage in speaking truth to power and continue the struggle of justice. The American Justice Center is with you. I like to think of the purpose of me being here is that I'm just a leaf that is in the wind. I'm here because I'm born to be here. I never asked to address this issue, but this issue lies in our country as well. But it is based off of the foundation of our Constitution that the world around us wants to emulate and copy. When Prime Minister Modi came to the United States, he came to our soil. The opportunity of faith brought him to us to address this issue. Other than that, it had been a continued something forgotten. But the citizens that I represent, I listen to their stories. I can see the parable that we as African Americans went through for over 300 years. But the last 100 years, we have an African American president. It was unheard of. So I believe that Prime Minister Modi is the symbol of a time that the victims who are long gone want someone to say something in their behalf. They deserve an answer from one of the greatest leaders of our time. Prime Minister Modi will always be the gavel that the massacre's victims will hold up every time they hear his name. I'm just a voice for the few. Thank you, and God bless you.